Hi, Paul Sakis, Good News Planet. We're going to talk about chronic pain, a debilitating disease affecting 100 million people. Actually, in full disclosure, I did this interview earlier, but this is a very serious subject for me because I have two herniated discs and I'm in pain actually right now, to the point that I was so excited to talk to the doctor and his patient that I forgot to put the recording on. So I thank you both for agreeing to speak with me again, because I join, I'm going to put it over, the nation's approximately 560 to 635 billion annually in direct medical treatment costs and loss of productivity. I join the loss of productivity. And so this is actually quite of a serious kind of a opportunity, but because of nice people like these two, they said they would do the interview again. So that makes me feel a little bit better. So I become a little unstressed. Pain management. We're here with Dr. Sorry, 1 second. I had it here. Oh my God. I never usually have so many problems here. Dr. Michael Fishman, he's an MD and an MBA, double board certified anesthesiologist, that's interesting, and interventional pain medicine specialist. Thank you for being here. And his patient, Genevieve, watycha, who has been suffering for more than 30 years with chronic pain. And I told her earlier, and I'll say it again, I have 50 years in from when I pushed the scenery. I was management, and it was a strike at CBS. I pushed the scenery. We didn't do physical labor. And the mental labor and the stress of a strike, whatever. What is pain management, and how can we help all these people that really have it? I'm in a special chair now. Hey, doctor, what do we do?
Well, I think you've hit it. Paul, this is a problem that impacts at least almost every person in their lifetime will have an episode of back pain. And when we talk about chronic pain that lasts for more than 3 months, it starts to impact the fabric of your life. Every piece of the puzzle is affected. When you interact with your family, when you try and do things for yourself, when you try and exercise, or even just go get the mail, chronic pain is a part of every decision. And so when we think about that, and we think about the fact that chronic pain affects 1 in 5 adults, we're talking about a really, really big problem. You alluded to a loss in productivity and large societal costs, but there's also really significant individual impacts. And like you mentioned, it's loss of productivity, it's self-esteem, it's sleep disturbance, and pain interference with activities of daily living that really does change people's lives and requires active management.
I'm going to add one other personal thing. I grew up in the shoe business. All right. My dad said people are not supposed to stand up. People are supposed to walk on their fours, one. And he also said, my dad, even though in the shoe business, you're not supposed to wear shoes. And so gravity, does gravity have something, the way a human, Homo sapien lives their life standing up? Are we torturing ourselves? Should we get back on the ground?
That's a really good point. So if you ever read, there's a book called Sapiens by Yuval Ben Harari, and he talks about something really interesting in that the agricultural revolution, the ability to produce large amounts of food, what that really did was allow us to have more people that we could sustain with a worse quality of life. And when we think about that, we think about the domestication of wheat as something that was a good thing for us. But if we think about it in terms of one of the consequences, which is back pain, the backbreaking labor that started with people farming and ultimately has led to us doing a whole bunch of things that we weren't intended to do as hunter-gatherers really has led us to become very, very reliant on our hands and fine motor control. So when you say that, you're absolutely right. Humans are not meant to be walking upright and doing all the things we're supposed to do. And, I think your dad probably should have used that to sell more shoes with a nice arch rather than to say people shouldn't be wearing shoes, because, as a businessman, I would think, you could spin it however you want. But you're right. Evolutionarily, we're not set up for this. And it is a real problem.
Well, we're coming out with reflexology shoes. I have a pair of orthotics on. Oh, my God. But Genevieve, You are so kind to share your experience. So let's hear a little bit about what brings you here.
I've had pain for over 30 years, and it started out with something simple like numbness on one side that evolved into pain when I slept, pain overnight, not being able to sleep overnight, waking up in pain. I was only able to sleep on one side. I tried all kinds of therapies, chiropractic therapy, massage therapy, injection therapy, medications, over-the-counter medications, prescription medications. Ultimately, everything came back. It becomes very defeating to have to spend all that time and mental energy trying to adjust your daily life, as well as find something that works, to have it just return, a short period of time later.
Uh-huh. How do you feel today?
Well, I'm certainly sleeping much better. That was the biggest change, because that helps just set you up for a better day, just by being able to be well rested when you get out of bed in the morning. I'm not constantly worried about having to sit in the right position or sit in the right place. I can do more regular everyday activities without being worried about whether or not it's going to put me in more pain, or if I'm going to be sitting too long or things like that.
What did the doctor prescribe to help you do this?
The doctor prescribed the device that he'll talk about a little bit coming up here, for a more long-term solution, something that's completely different from all of those other therapies. And it also allows me to not have to do drug therapy.
So this has been the win. All right, doctor, what is
Yes.
this great device?
So Genevieve really benefited from first me listening to her journey and helping her understand what her treatment options were. And then we decided to trial something called DTM spinal cord stimulation, which was developed by Medtronic, who we're here on behalf of today. And what that is, it's an electronic medicine. And it's an electronic medicine that's delivered through tiny little wires that we implant in your spine using needles. It kind of looks like two pieces of spaghetti, and connects to a small implanted battery about the size of a matchbook, almost like a pacemaker for pain. So when I think about this in the context of Genevieve's care, she really did have the right setup for this treatment and was ultimately successful. We know that not everybody is the same, and my best recommendation is to really talk with your doctor and understand what the individualized care plan can and could be that you agreed with for your individual case. And to learn more, to inform yourself as a patient or on behalf of a family member, it's certainly worthwhile to visit medtronic.com/chronic pain and to speak to your doctor about your candidacy for these different therapy options.
Well, that's a great corporate, socially responsible corporation, Medtronics. I want to say thank you to them. You go into a hospital, you'll see a lot of their equipment. So they've been doing this a long time, and I know a little bit about them. So thank you both. And Genevieve, thank you. You're a hero. You came out and you're talking your own personal life, and that's always wonderful. And doctor, thank you very much for the kind of work you do. Appreciate the interview and the opportunity to speak with you again. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.